This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
This is Boxing Before Dark.
Boxing.
Boxing.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Before.
Boxing
Before
Dark. This is Boxing Before Dark.
All right, let's fucking do this. Holy shit, it's Boxing Before Dark. 2026 continues to roll on. Shanada, what
It
to
is.
do?
Kicking my ass so far, man. Work sucks.
And the year just began, too.
I mean, it's got to get better later, right? When I'm unemployed.
You'll have some downtime.
Yeah. I have not seriously started work searching yet, and I need to. If anybody knows labs hiring immunologists, hook me up.
That is our target demographic, so I'm sure we'll get plenty of replies.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's light on news. One from just really quickly. Well, maybe not. So as we expected, Canelo rejected the offer to fight Iglesias for the IBF title. And
Right, obviously.
Yeah, he claimed that he was still recovering from surgery.
Right.
And Munguia was supposed to be next, and he also rejected the offer to fight the IBF.
So,
Interesting. Kind of limits the options here. Let me pull up the rankings again. Super middleweight. So Hamza Shiraz is next in line. As we know, he's busy.
yep.
Troy Williamson, he was above Callum Simpson. He beat Callum Simpson, but the rankings hadn't been updated the last time we talked.
Which one is Troy Williamson again?
Yeah, good question.
I think I've seen this man before, but he is not famous. Not that that really matters, but I don't remember this man.
Seventh on the ranking list is Pavel Silyagin, I think it is.
I don't know who that is either.
No idea.
We are getting down into, like,
We are in the trenches here.
the scrubs.
Eighth is Diego Pacheco. He's busy. Simon Zackenhuber.
Who the fuck is Simon Zackenhuber?
Yep.
Let me box wreck this guy.
And then 10th is William School.
Nobody wants to see him.
Nope. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Iglesias put some hands on him.
That's true. Iglesias would catch him too. Simon Zackenhuber is German, and he is the most German-looking German that has ever Germaned. He looks like the bad guy from, like, a World War II film. But it looks like he's basically never fought outside Germany.
Yikes. Well, he's 9th on the ranking list, so yeah. There's not a lot of people actually in the way of Zackenhuber getting a shot.
I mean, why not, I guess?
If we're just taking anybody off of this list, I would say Sajo at least turned in a spirited performance against Pacheco.
Yeah. Sajo looked pretty good, actually.
Yeah, he did. And Bektemir Melikuziev. Why? Because why not? It'll be
He's
fun.
a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun.
Like, I'd watch Beck. He'll get iced, but I'd watch it.
Yep. But yeah, this played out as expected. Well, the Canelo part did. The Munguia part, I did not. I didn't see that coming. I thought he would have taken it.
I think he still is getting a lot of shit for the Saras rematch, Munguia.
Yeah, and the questionable PED test.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Gotta take PEDs to take a Frenchman to decision.
yep.
Come on, man.
And that's how you that's your rebirth coming out of the Reynoso gym.
Yeah. This is not a good look.
Nope.
Getting fucked up by Iglesias would not help his image right now.
Yeah, but we'll keep watching this and see how this one plays out. Iglesias is lined up for it, and nobody wants to fucking tango with him.
Yeah. He is one of those guys that seems to be getting ducked pretty hard right now.
Yeah. He's nothing of a name, but he is a major danger in the ring.
Yeah, the risk reward is not there for people because the casuals don't know him.
Yeah. Moving to, I think you're gonna get your wish. Inoue Nakatani looks like it's gonna be at the beginning of May.
I'm super excited. Now I just have to bribe people to put my name down when they enter the lottery.
What would the undercard for this be all Japanese, or would they have? Do you think they'd have other?
I'm sure they'll have, like, it'll be like Night of the Samurai. I think there'll be a Japanese person in every fight, but I
Okay.
bet you they bring in some names.
I imagine like Ola Squaga would be a good one to have.
Yeah, I was just thinking him as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Bam for this.
Maybe.
Bam's kind of co-promoted with Tekken, right?
Yes.
It's Tekken, yeah. This would be a card that they would probably bring him in for, I think.
That'd be huge.
Who does Bam fight that's Japanese right now? I have no idea. He's just too good for everybody from any country.
At his weight class, let's see. He's at junior bantamweight, superfly.
Yeah, you can't call it junior bantamweight. Superfly is so much better.
So Willie Baldo, we know, is the champion there in the IBF. I mean,
They could have that fight in Japan. People would come, but I think Willie Baldo's probably going to try and fight before that, isn't he?
he has to fight as mandatory. Maloney's
Yeah.
been waiting. Kenshiro Taraji?
Oh, man, I don't want to see Taraji get beat like that. Yeah, but he's a name. Like he's a pretty big name.
Right. And he's trying to file some motion with the IBF to have himself inserted as the mandatory for Willie
Right.
Baldo, but just because they were lined up to fight before, I think. But I think having a shot at 3 belts instead of 1 might be more appealing.
Yeah, I can't see too many people turning down the Bam fight, really. Especially not if it's on a big card like that. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this shapes
There-
out.
There is a surprising lack of Japanese people at this weight class right now.
At 115?
Yeah. Like, there's Taraji. There's 2 guys I don't even know. Or I don't think I know. Rusei Kawaura.
Kawaur. I haven't seen a name like that before.
No, it's a little hard to pronounce.
And Yuma Sano.
Yeah, I don't know this man. I don't know who this Kawaura is. And there's Kenta something on here.
Nakagawa.
Yeah, I don't know him either. And then a couple of my my new faces are making their way up the list. Like Aoi Yokoyama's on number 14 for the IBF.
Nice.
That has me excited because he's just a kid. And Tomoya Suboi is working his way up on all the other rankings. 7, 2, and 6 for the WBA, WBC, and WBO. They could maybe throw him in with Bam. I don't think he's very famous, though.
I'm trying to share a certain style of life and an attitude to life.
Yeah.
There's lots of other fights I'd rather see than Bam with any of these Japanese guys, though.
For my money, it would be Willie Baldo. That's really it.
Yeah.
Distant second would be Taraji.
Taraji is starting to look old.
Yeah.
It would be kind of nice to see him get one last big payday, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is, like, give the old Japanese warhorse, give him a big profile fight. He's lined up for 3 belts, so, he's getting a real shot at something serious. And yeah, big payday on a big card.
Yeah, I could get behind that. But Taraji gets done dirty, I think. He will go out on his shield, though. He's not going to show up just to survive.
Speaking of getting done dirty, Daniel Dubois is looking to fight Fabio Wardley.
Excellent. I actually kind of like this matchup.
Man, I think that Fabio Wardley takes it.
You think so?
I think he takes it pretty easily.
I don't know. It's hard to judge where Dubois is, I think.
Right.
Because he looks good, and then he looks absolute shit, and then he looks good. Like, Dubois, I think, needs to figure out his outside the ring stuff first.
Whatever that might be.
Yeah. Well, what was the controversy last fight? He threw a party and was, like, late to the venue because he was...
hungover?
No, like, he was late to the venue because they were partying at his house before the fight. Like, Dubois wasn't drinking and stuff, but there was people there.
That's dumb.
It's super dumb. But
I don't know.
People are higher on Wardley than I am, I guess, is my takeaway from all of this. I don't think Wardley's that good.
He's not. It's just he has that one punch power that turns. He could dig himself out of a 12 round deficit with this power. It's pretty wild.
That's true. That is true, but he's still got to land it. Like,
Dubois not unhittable.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. I don't know. I don't have faith in Wardley landing that punch.
Man, I thought Parker was going to be able to...
I still don't think that should have been stopped the way it was.
I don't either. I still disagree with fucking Howard Foster.
Such a fucking Brit stoppage, and so inconsistent and stupid. But we already talked about that for like an hour.
Yeah.
Somebody was defending that stoppage online the other day, and I'm like, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
Yeah, but that's more on the rumor side than it is news. But Dubois is looking to fight Fabio Wardley, so be on the lookout for that. And last bit, Bivol will be fighting his IBF mandatory in April.
And who is that?
Checking. Michael Eifert.
I don't. That didn't help me.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I assume. Well, this is Bivol's first fight back after the surgery, isn't it?
Yes.
So I guess we'll see how the surgery went.
See if he still has it.
Let's see if he can move around just as good or better. This is another German. Where are all these Germans like suddenly popping up from?
They replaced what I think last year it was Frenchmen.
Yeah.
So this year it's going to be Germans.
Fair enough, I guess. Gotta dig out the Euro bumps from somewhere.
Yep. But that's all the news that I found.
I heard something. What did I hear? Little Inoue, Takuma, got dropped by one of his sponsors. I couldn't find why.
That's weird.
Yeah. But, well, dropped is... They didn't word it as drop. They're temporarily suspending their whatever support. So, it doesn't sound like they're mad at him or he did anything wrong. So,
AJ's uncle said that AJ is retired, but
I saw something that I thought was absolutely fucking horrible. So AJ was FaceTiming somebody, like somebody he knew well enough to FaceTime, and was talking about the accident and stuff. So the guy who's talking to him has the phone pointed at him, but someone off to the side was recording him talking to AJ. And it's really clear that AJ doesn't know this is going on, and he's talking about the accident and like his feelings and stuff. I thought it was the shittiest thing I have seen anyone do.
Yeah, I saw that. It was Kamaru Usman from the UFC.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the person and I forgot his name, but I just thought that was the shittiest thing.
Usman claims he didn't know that it was that he was being recorded.
That is possible. Like, it doesn't seem like he was trying to get information or like lead the conversation or anything.
Just talking to him.
But whoever recorded it and put it on the internet is an asshole.
For real. Very private conversation.
Like, I fucking hate that has become, like, a relatively normal thing to do. To, like, record people everywhere all the time.
No, yeah, there's no reasonable expectation of privacy anywhere.
Well, I mean, it feels like there still should be. Like, it looked like they were in a house. Who the fuck just randomly records your friends' conversations? Pieces of shit. That's who. But
so AJ's uncle says he's retired. Eddie Hearn says if you don't hear from AJ, it's not true.
I think it's too soon to
to
expect AJ to have decided anything.
Right. He needs time to grieve and process all of this horrible situation.
And if he wants to retire, it's
his prerogative.
Yeah. He's made so much money, and AJ doesn't seem like one of those guys who blows it all. Like, I don't think he needs to fight
Right.
anymore.
Especially
And-
after that Jake Paul payday, which
Yeah.
between the two of them, that's a massive, massive check to cash.
Yeah, if AJ doesn't want to fight anymore, I don't see any reason why people should expect him to.
Tyson Fury he's officially unretired, as we expected.
The like 8th time.
His comeback opponents are possibly Efe Ajagba, Tony Yoka, and Arslanbek Makhmudov, with Makhmudov being the likely frontrunner.
I mean, out of those 3, he's the one that I would want to see the most, but I don't really give a shit about Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I don't really either, but
I would have been perfectly happy for him to stay retired. If he's not fighting AJ, and that's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't give a shit.
Richardson Hitchens has his mandatory called versus Lindolfo Delgado. So that's fun.
Somebody was trying to get somebody to step aside, and they wouldn't, or something.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
What weight class is Liam Paro?
140. No, Liam Paro moved up. He's 147 now.
It's Lewis Crocker.
Yeah.
Wanted to have a voluntary, and they said no. So
And
he's
yes.
fighting Liam Paro.
Yep. Frank Sanchez versus Richard Torres are going to... Well, their purse bid is delayed. This is an IBF eliminator.
I don't watch that many heavyweights, but I'm kind of interested to see that one because I like Richard Torres's personality. He's been in Japan recently, just on vacation, and his Instagram has been really fun. He's doing like a whole Japan tour, and he was super excited about it. He's like, I came here for the Olympics, but I didn't get to do anything, so he's just touristing right now.
Didn't get to do anything. I don't know about that. Because from what I hear about Olympic Village, where the athletes stay, it's just a giant
Okay. I should have
mess of people doing stuff.
I should have worded it differently. He didn't get to see very much of Japan.
Oh, he got to do plenty.
Yeah, Olympic Village sounds like fucking... Which was the goddess in Egypt? Bast? Anyways.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. That's all the news. We got to keep rolling because we still got our 2025 picks to do. Gonna skip the notes for now. So recapping, Wednesday, December 31st, Shisei Promotions at the Ota City Gym. There are quite a few fights on here, and the only one I really care about, Kazuto Ioka gets a stoppage in 4 over Michael Ordosquadi. Ordosquadi?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
It's a really weird name for a Venezuelan, I think. But yeah, I went out for New Year's and I didn't get to the bar in time to see this. I was too busy having fun. So I saw like the replay of just the stoppage. He didn't ice him or anything, but I mean, Ioka doesn't really do that anymore. So I'm just glad he won. I'm excited to see him and Takuma, because that's supposed to be the next fight. So
Not a bad defense for Takuma.
Not a bad defense. Ioka's getting old. One of these days he's gonna show up and he's just gonna be old. And I'm a little worried it might be that Takuma fight. But if it's not, it should be fun. Because Ioka does pressure and have enough power. He might be able to pull off the upset like Tsutsumi did.
Takuma did struggle with the pressure against Tsutsumi.
Yeah, but I mean, Ioka doesn't have that same output either. Honestly, Ioka's gonna be a big underdog, and he should be, but I'm still excited to see it. So.
And Saturday, January 3rd, MVP in Puerto Rico. Oh man, this card had a lot of fights on it. Don't really care about too many of them, to be honest with you. Ebony Bridges got beaten by Alexis Ariza. So
That was kind of a surprise, right?
It was. It was a
Yeah.
shock. So that was cool. Yeah, Jonathan Gonzalez beats the MVP fighter Yankiel Rivera. So that's fun. Fucking Holly Holm gets beat on the cards. Stephanie Hahn suffered a. It didn't look like it was that bad of a cut, just in my opinion. But
Yeah, she also kind of afterwards was like, I was a little surprised they stopped it.
yeah, it didn't look that bad. So they went to the cards, and it was a UD for Stephanie Hahn. Retains her WBA title.
I wonder a little bit if that wasn't them trying to save Holly Holmes some damage.
The Holly Holm definitely looked her age, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That was pretty rough.
Like, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but it didn't look like that was going to go any other way. Maybe they used the cut as an excuse.
I think you're right. I could see that happening.
And I don't particularly have a problem with that. Like, Holm was getting her ass kicked.
Ugh. And Amanda Serrano beats Reina Tellez. I think they did 12 by 3. If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't watch this whole fight either. I know Tellez was a bit of a late replacement. Like, she only had 2 weeks or whatever, and she missed weight by a bit. I think half a pound.
For short notice, though, that's not terrible.
For short notice, I can, how do you put it? I can overlook that. It was pretty clear she tried to make weight. But Serrano was really looking for the knockout. I think somebody was talking about she's like 1 away from the knockout record for women or something.
That's cool.
And so she's really trying to get that, like, she wants 2 more knockouts so she has
She beats
the
it.
record. Yeah. But I don't know if it's gonna happen, especially not if she does these 3-minute rounds. I know she's been pushing for it forever, and everybody always says it's gonna lead to more knockouts in women's boxing, and it might. But Serrano really still only fights for the first minute and a half, or not the first, but like she has to pick a minute and a half in a round to really
Right.
sprint.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And I don't think it's a conditioning thing. I think it's more of a mental, like,
Strategy, or her strategy.
it's the way she's fought her entire career, right? I really think it's hard to switch. Everybody is like, well, it's just, fight for a minute longer. But I don't think it's that simple. I really think they need to change it in the amateurs before they change it in the pros.
Yeah. Not a whole lot more to say on this card. It's not not the best kickoff of the year.
I mean, it's not the worst.
No, but it wasn't terrible, I guess.
Also, how often do you really get fights in the first week of January?
I remember Luis Ortiz I think he fought Charles Martin on January 1st a few years ago.
Honestly, I think January 1st would be a good day for, like, hungover watching of boxing at home.
Yeah. But moving on to the fucking previews. It's a light weekend. For Friday, January 16th, got 2 cards. No limit in Australia. If you find a way to watch this, let me know. But this one's in Boondall in Queensland. That's fun. Let me see here. Only 2 I know. Liam Paro versus Paddy Donovan in the co-main, and Nikita Zhu fighting Michael Zarafa in the main.
Which one is Zarafa? I've seen him before. Yeah, I mean, these Aussie cards are usually really one-sided. I don't know. I never get too excited for them. Paro versus Paddy Donovan might be pretty fun, though.
Yeah, that should be okay.
I kind of imagine Paro just boxing him. He should just box him. Like, stay on the outside, but...
Oof. And Golden Boy at the Acrisure Arena in Palm Desert, California.
I don't recognize a lot of these names.
It's an all Golden Boy fucking prospect extravaganza.
Which sometimes are really fun.
Yes, they can
But-
be.
Sometimes they are not.
Let me see. Ruslan Abdullayev, I guess, is I think supposed to be an amateur standout. Alexis Rocha versus Raul Curiel rematch is the main event.
That should be fun, right?
I think I think it'll be okay. Not a whole lot else going on, so
It might be a good weekend to go touch grass.
yes, I would say so. I'm just gonna double check, make sure I didn't miss anything on the 17th. No, I didn't miss anything.
I really don't remember there ever being boxing in the first half of January. Like, this is more than we usually get, I swear.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, that's it for the previews.
All right.
All right. So I'll put in some notes here, and then we can get into our picks for the 2025. Fucking social media handle is LVX Media Net. Follow us and like our shit wherever you're listening.
Please.
If you could hit us with a rating, helps push us up the fucking search algorithm, the accursed algorithm. 833-589-7637. That's the phone number. Hit me up in WhatsApp. I want your spiciest takes. And yeah, that's it. Do you have that nagging feeling of being exposed when you're online? In today's world, a simple antivirus isn't enough. Your digital life, your photos, your bank accounts, your family's privacy, it all needs more than just a basic firewall. You need Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes is your complete shield against the chaos of the internet. The powerful next-generation antivirus instantly quarantines threats, locks down malware before it can do any damage. But it doesn't stop there. It includes an ultra-fast, ultra-private VPN to encrypt your connections, keeping your location and data private while you're on public Wi-Fi. Plus, The integrated ad blocker makes your browsing cleaner and faster. Whether you're protecting your personal machine or securing the whole household, Malwarebytes is a plan for you. Go to lvx.be/mwb to find the subscription that's right for you. Don't wait for the next error message. Take control of your digital peace at lvx.be/mwb. Dandruff doesn't just affect your hair, it chips away at your confidence. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be this way. It's time to say bye to flakes with Flakes. Flakes isn't a scented wash you get from the grocery store that just masks the problem. It's a powerful, medically formulated treatment designed to get to the root of the toughest dandruff. Flakes works fast to control the flaking, calm the itching, and soothe the redness that's on your scalp. And here's another pro tip. Flakes will also help with that stubborn beard druff if you have that too. Imagine feeling completely free to wear whatever you want, whenever you want to. Imagine just focusing on your day and not on your scalp. That's the difference that Flakes makes. Go to lvx.be/flakes for a nice little discount while you help us out a little bit in the process. Don't settle for temporary fixes that smell like the produce section of your grocery store. Fight back with a shampoo that dermatologists trust. lvx.be/flakes. 2025. What a year.
Yeah, it's actually been a great year for boxing.
Yes. So, starting off, stoppage of the year. Do you have one? Do you have a...
Okay, I have my tiny little list. I couldn't find a real piece of paper. I know I am missing some obvious mentions for the last half of the year, but last night my potato brain was potatoing. So the only one I have for, like, my mid-year pick was Norman versus Jin Sasaki, and I wanted to try and think of ones that might have beat it, and all I could come up with was Cardenas, his last fight against Ayala. That was a pretty good knockout. But I think Norman still wins for the year.
Yeah, my mid-year pick was Norman Sasaki as well. For the second half of the year, I was torn between Ennis versus Uisma Lima. And
okay, that's one that I should have thought of, yeah.
And Usyk KOing Dubois in the rematch.
I didn't think the Usyk one was flashy enough for stoppage of the year, for me.
And I wasn't able to decide which one was the final pick. It's not Ennis and Lima. Just because that doesn't have as much gravity to it. Fuck it, Norman Sasaki.
I just think it's KO of the year.
Yeah.
Like, there were some other really good ones, but that one was just... He hit him so perfectly. Like,
slumped him.
Absolutely slumped him. Another honorable mention, who did Opataya knock out recently?
King Kara?
Yeah. That was a pretty bad knockout.
It was a nice knockout, but like the...
But Opataya needs to be fighting better people.
Exactly.
I don't want to give him knockout of the year for knocking over cans.
That's why I didn't pick Ennis Lima for the final.
Yeah.
All right, masterclass of the year. For the first half, I had Benavidez beating Morel. The second half was Bud over Canelo. And the final was Bud Canelo for the... There was a lot more at stake for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I had kind of three second half ones. I thought Inoue really masterclassed MJ. Like,
yeah, that's a good one.
He just outboxed him the entire 12 rounds. Bam just beat the shit out of Puma. That was a really good performance, I thought. I expected Puma to put up a fight, and he just couldn't. He tried, he just couldn't. But I agree. But Bud beating Canelo is the masterclass of the year. I don't think there's much debate on that one.
Do you have a villain?
Yes, and I think there's no fucking debate on this one. It's Tank. Tank is villain of the year. He has to be. Like,
Yeah.
the two, well, the fucking crash out about his son playing with dolls or wearing pink or whatever the fuck it was. The whole thing with the waitress at the strip club. The fucking taking a knee and getting it covered up. The refusing the rematch. The taking a fucking Jake Paul fight instead of the rematch. Like, it's all just villainous behavior. Tank
Yeah.
is my villain of the year.
Yeah, that I have him as my first half. For the second half, I picked Howard Foster for the goddamn stoppage.
Yeah.
But
I thought about Howard Foster, but Tank is just...
Tank is the final pick for sure, without question.
I mean, another honorable mention to Zuffa boxing and the whole changing the Ali Act and all that bullshit.
Yes,
That's pretty villainous too. To get Congress involved is very villainous.
Getting
but-
legislators in the picture.
Yeah. But, like, individual, who is the villain? It's Tank.
Definitely. Prospect or new face of the year. My first half was Terra Moana. Second half, Tomoya Suboi. But I
That's
landed
a good one.
I landed on Terra Moana for the final pick. Another year of 4 knockouts, so staying busy.
I kind of struggled with this one. I think I had Lover for the first half. Kenneth Lover. Yeah, I was really struggling. I like Suboi, but I think I mentioned him last year, maybe.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to put Cardenas, because I didn't know who the fuck Cardenas was until this year. But he's not a prospect. He really kind of burst onto the scene with the Inoue performance.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people first heard who he was.
Yeah. But I'm going to stick with Kenneth Lover. I really like him. I think he's going to be really good. If the fucking Kamedas don't ruin his career somehow.
All right, fighter of the year. In the first half, I had 2 picks: Brian Norman and Abdullah Mason. The Brian Norman one aged like milk.
Yeah.
In the second half, I had Inoue and Bam, and ultimately, I landed with Bam being my pick for fighter of the year.
I think first half I had Seiya Tsutsumi just because I can, mostly. Now that the year's almost over, I had kind of 3 I was thinking of. Inoue and Bam, same as you. But Oscar Collazo has had a really good year as well in the minimum weight category.
Yeah, he has.
Which I know nobody watches but me. But he had a couple really good fights this year. But I also ended up with Bam. Bam's just running shit at his weight class. So he had the 2 fights that I thought were gonna be like, we'll see, like, if Bam really is as good as we think he is. Well, I knew he was legit, but is he as good as we think he is? And he made Cafu and Puma look like trash, and they are not. Like, those are 2 good fighters, and he just made them look stupid. So I think you got to give it to Bam.
I landed at the same. Obviously. Moving to ass whooping of the year. In the first half, I had Boots beating Stanionis. In the second half, I had Usyk Dubois 2 and Bam beating Puma. And landed final pick Usyk Dubois.
This is one I was struggling to remember, just in general. So my pick from the first half was Espinoza over Vasquez. I thought that was an ass whooping and a half. The only one I could come up with, and it's definitely recency bias, Ola Squaga just beat the shit out of Kuwahara a couple weeks ago. That was on that December card I went to.
Yeah.
And it was just like... It only lasted, I think, 4 rounds, but he just beat the piss out of the poor guy. And you could hear them, like, so loudly in the arena. And he did it dressed as a Grinch, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, that does.
But I think Espinoza still was... It was a longer ass whooping. So I'm going to stick with my first half pick.
All right. Comeback of the year. Do you have one for career or mid-fight? Both, if you got them.
No, this is the one where mine aged so poorly because my first half pick was David Allen. I wanted to believe. I kind of struggled with this one, and I had to land on Devin Haney. I was surprised how good he looked in his last fight. Especially, like... So he got his ass kicked by Ryan Garcia. That was last year, right? Or, like, the year before, 2024. And then he looked so scared and timid against Ramirez.
Yes, he did.
And so then to come out and win the way he did... Who did he fight? I can't think of the name.
Brian Norman?
Yeah, thank you. Fuck. To come out and beat Brian Norman the way he did, that was a career turnaround, I think. I had been kind of writing Devin Haney off as mentally not with it anymore after the Ryan and Ramirez performances.
So Devin Haney is your final?
Yeah.
Oh shit! In the first half, I had Jesus Ramos because he had two stoppages to start the year. That was coming off of the Erickson Lubin robbery. And in the second half, I had Jack Catterall.
Interesting.
He came in nicely with a new Bozy Ennis.
Yeah.
He came in like a Philly fighter. It was fucking phenomenal to watch. Final pick for the career resurgence was Jesus Ramos for sure, because he only had one fight in the second half, but still he still had a good outing.
Yeah.
And in fight comeback, Fabio Wardley versus Justice Hooney.
Oh yeah, that I should have remembered that one. That was 100% the in-fight comeback of the year.
Definitely.
No question.
For upset, in the first half, I had Lamont Roach beating Tank. I don't care what the hell the cards say. In the second half, I had Abbas Barrow beating Yoenis Tellez.
Okay. Yeah.
It was pretty funny that
that's a big upset.
This no-name German shows up and beats the home fighter.
This no-name German harassed the hell out of him.
Yep. But the final, Roach beating Tank, that was...
Yeah. So my first half one was Rolly beating Ryan, just because I love it. And nobody was really expecting it. Second half, the Kameda beating Casemiro, 1, I love it. Fucking hilarious. 2, I was so sure that they had put their cousin up against Casemiro so they could rob the cousin. Like, I thought that was the setup. So I was surprised. And then This is a bit of a reach, but Ben beating Eubank in the rematch, I thought was a pretty big upset. Or beating him the way he did, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, my pick for the year is still Rolly beating Ryan.
Oh, hero of the year.
So this is out of ring stuff.
Yes.
I decided Yudai Shigeoka is my hero of the year. So he's Jinjiro's brother. He retired from boxing and opened up his cafe so he could take care of his brother after he suffered the brain damage in his fight. I just think that's really wholesome and
yeah, definitely.
yeah. So he's my hero of the year.
Oh man, mine sucks by comparison. So in the first half, I had Al Heyman for the Taking Care of Pritchard Cologne. Turns out that came out just at the end of 2024, so doesn't count. Still very cool of him to do that.
I mean, he can still be the hero because I think he's still paying for it.
Yeah, I suppose. Why mine sucks? Because I picked Terrence Crawford for not holding up the belts, not holding up the boxing world, and just retiring and saying, no, I'm done.
Yeah. Dropping the belts.
Yep.
And yeah. That's not a bad pick.
Letting everybody have their glory.
Yeah.
Oh, fight of the year. What do you got?
Okay. So my first half was Eubank Ben 1. But second half, man, there were so many good fights recently.
Yes.
Like, so many good fights. I forgot to write it down, but I just thought of it. Mbili
Martinez?
Martinez, thank you.
Yep.
I was going to say the wrong Spanish last name. Mbili Martinez, I had, honestly, Nakatani Hernandez was a fucking banger.
Nice.
And that same night, one that probably none of the listeners watched was Yabuki Alvarado. Yabuki versus Alvarado. That was a banger too. But I mean, I think I have to land on Mbili Martinez. That was just all out action the entire time. And I want to see that rematch. I really do.
My first half, I had Bevo Better BF2. In the second half, I had Martinez and Bealey like you did. I also had Subriel Matias versus Alberto Puello.
Oh yeah, that was also a banger. There were so many good fights this year. Like,
I kept Bevo Better BF as my final pick just because it's was an undisputed fight, so it has some gravity.
I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's a poor choice.
Yeah, I didn't arrive at that conclusion easily. But that's all we got. That's all the picks. What event stood out to you?
Well, so mine is basically just nostalgia. But me and my brother went to the fights in February there. And that's when Tsutsumi beat Takuma in a way. Or no, that's not that one. I went to so many fights. I actually can't remember which ones were on which card. That was the Daigo Higa fight, wasn't it? Yeah. That card is my favorite because I went with my brother. It was his first time at the boxing. The fights were fucking awesome. That was when Tenshin fought Maloney, Seiya Tsutsumi fought Higa, and then Nakatani knocked out Contreras.
That's a
And I got
nice card.
Yeah, I got to watch it all with my brother. So
My event was Eubank Ben too, just because I was there. Got to experience British fucking boxing culture.
got to sing Sweet Caroline.
I did. Got to get 4 beers at once.
Did they give you the little holders there?
They did give me the holders. It was fucking glorious.
So the events I went to, they don't always do this, but that one did have the beer girls with the little keg backpacks walking around. So my brother thought that was the fucking greatest thing ever.
I can see why. I would enjoy that too. But yeah, that's it for the year 2025. Holy shit.
It was a good year.
It was. Brian Norman with a huge stoppage, only to fucking flop in the second half.
Yeah. It's still stoppage of the year, though.
Yeah, for sure. Well. Now that we're wrapping up, fucking... Do you have parting words? You have anything left?
Honestly, no. I am so fucking tired.
All right. That's it.
2026 has started terribly, and it could only get better. That's my parting words. I really, truly believe by next December, the world will either be over or things will be better.
The world will be over?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody fucking nukes somebody this year.
Parting words. Yeah, I think I would echo yours. It's only been a few weeks in 2026.
It's only been a week and a half, and everything sucks.
Well, the boxing will be good, at least.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I am super excited. Some of the fights that have already been announced are going to be great. And Inoue Nakatani has to happen in May, because that's the only reason I stayed in Japan.
Well, we'll leave it there. That's it for this edition of Boxing Before Dark. Fucking haven't said it in a minute. My battery's getting low.
And it is getting dark.
Peace.